Welcome to the Verona faction turn. It's faction turn number 14. Happy July 2019, everybody. Welcome to outer space. It's time for factions. So if by some, it's not a miracle, it's whatever the opposite, dark curse, by some dark curse, you've never seen one of these before, or you're like, this is Adam Cole person streaming tabletop RPGs. What we're doing here today is every month, near the end of the month, by some insidious circumstance, that's beautiful. So if by some insidious circumstance you've never seen a Verona faction turn before, I've pretty much been doing this as long as I've been streaming. One of my very first streams ever, the origin of the name of the math squad, was moving things around on a spreadsheet and not being able to do basic math. So what we're doing is we're going to take a look at the greatest of all spreadsheets, the Verona faction tracker spreadsheet. And what we're doing is we're playing a little game. Now, this is a game that was originally designed for one player, but now we are playing it with hundreds. And what it does is it generates the background goings on of the Verona universe. So Verona is the setting, of course, for the role play show of the same name, which we are now in season 2 of. And every month, the participants, the Patreon participants of the game, get together and they figure out what their faction is going to do using the stars without number faction turn. And then they submit to me their orders. And then once a month, I, heart pounding, skin sweaty, fear racked. No, that's not true, but it is kind of tense. I put them together. I take all the orders, I put them together, and I put them on the spreadsheet, and we find out what the F is going on. And then at the end of every faction turn thing, I update the rules. So we patch the rules of the Verona faction turn on a monthly basis. And this month, thank you to the Mechanics Council, the Mechanisms Council. Thank you for helping me put together and finalize the rules for the Imperial Ascension. I've also got a big surprise for you at the end of this round. Now, it might not be a surprise to everyone, but I have a big surprise for probably most of you, which we'll talk about at the end of the faction turn. So stick around for that. Big change coming. So, check it to wreck it. Let's begin. So, this time around, we're using the 2.0 of the faction turn tracker. I'm very excited. It looks better, it works better, and check this shit out. All right, are you ready? Are you ready? Hold on to your butts, everybody. So under the stars without number faction helper, I have an option called payout faction income. Are you ready? Here it goes. Hallelujah. That's done. We did it. I don't have to do that math at all. It is automated by the sheet. It calculates income. It calculates upkeep. It calculates negative upkeep. It does the whole thing. It didn't explode. It's finished. So now all I have to do, and what I'm still going to need you for, my squadron of mathematics, is subtraction. We still need to charge them for things. So that'll be, just watch me get that math wrong, because I will. God knows that I will. So, all right, let's begin our faction turn. Let's begin our faction turn with House Eridanus. House Eridanus. So House Eridanus is the first in this order. They are number 1. And House Eridanus is going to be taking the Seize Planet action. So they're going to take the Seize Planet action along with a whole bunch of other movement. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to move that stuff around for Eridanus. So Eridanus is going to begin their Seize Planet action by activating the transit web on Demnoth and Aomori. They have three movements worth, I believe, of fac creds. Let's see here. 1, 2, Demnoth, Lovelace. Yeah, they're activating 3 different webs. So that means they go down to, where are you, Eridanus, with all your money? They go down to 64. Okay. And let's move their assets around. So first of all, Eridanis is moving Pre-Tech Manufactory from Lovelace. That's this one. This Pre-Tech Manufactory right here. That's going to get moved from Lovelace to Ukiah. Yeah, we'll do their faction tag in a second. So Lovelace to Ukiah. They are moving their commodities broker on Demnoff to Ukiah. So there we go. Let's see here. Commodities broker. Okay. 6 HP commodities broker on Demnoff. That's this one to Ukiah. Okay. There we go. Okay. What's interesting about all these moves to Ukiah is that it's affecting what's happening in the game. So like, I'm going to take all of this stuff and be like, yeah, cool. So while you guys are hiding out on Ukiah being hunted by House Crux, a bunch of Eridanis infrastructure shows up. And I think that's pretty cool. Okay. All right. So it's going to Ukiah, and then the Pre-Tech Manufactory is moving from Aomori, which is this one, home to Tiber. Okay. So those are the moves, right? Ukiah, Tiber. Those are the three they're doing. Let's take a look at their faction tag. Yeah, how is Ukiah spelled? I don't know. Whenever an asset generates fat creds on a planet, billions of inhabitants, roll a d6. That's right, because the party machine may generate them an additional credit. Let's find out. Roll a d6. It does not. Okay, I will make a note. All right, so I'll put that here. Mass market economists tag does not generate a credit on Tiber. There you go. Okay. Yeah, it's spelled Ukiah, but it's pronounced Sahuagin. Sahuagin. So for folks who don't understand that joke, it's because nobody, myself included, can agree on how to transliterate from whatever language they speak on Ukiah into English characters, how to spell Ukiah. And Ukiah is spelled with an H at the end, but Ukian or Ukian, A-H, no one knows. It's one of those fun little like lore justification things that I love about making a universe where you're like, oh yeah, we can't agree on this. And so it doesn't matter. They're both valid. Probably because the language they speak on Ukiah is slightly different. So yeah, they use a different alphabet or whatever. Isn't that cool? I love that shit. World building. Okay, so your final balance, it looks like is going to be 64. Yep. Okay, that's good. And they're going to begin the seizure of, surprise, surprise, Ukiah. Seizure of Ukiah. So they are now joining the ranks of other factions in the midst of seizing the planet Ukiah. I will point out that there was an opportunity for several factions. This was something that happened a lot this turn, and I'm gonna show you. So there were several factions that could theoretically have interrupted or contested House Crux, Seraph, House Reticulum. They all had the opportunity on Ukiah to contest, though none of them could have contested, save for the Crux. Even the Crux Saboteurs would have had a rough time of it, but no one chose to contest Eridanis' reclamation of Ukiah. So what's interesting now is the Ukian mandate has this other government on the planet. And I'm really interested to see, and Eridanis, if you do successfully claim Ukiah for yourselves, I would love to work with you on, because I'm personally kind of invested in the Ukian mandate as a thing. I would love to talk about your plans for the lore of the government of Ukiah if you take over. Yeah, super curious, and I think it'll be fun for us to chat about that. So if you have people who are interested in doing that, send me a DM. Let's talk about. Yeah, right. Is it going to be boots to faces, or is it going to be something else? And also, can I just say, I love that House Eridanis is undertaking what Acre either chose to or didn't do. Yeah, I'm excited. It's cool. Eridanis is an interesting power in the universe, and there's some good stuff going on Ukiah. That's why I set the game there for the time being anyway. So yeah, the players in our game are going to see a pre-tech manufactory and commodities brokers arrive on Yakia and begin reclaiming it, right? Begin like setting out. And I want to know, for me, like the reason I'm interested in the lore is like, what is that change going to look like in the fiction? How do I show that off during my little Synths on the Run Far Verona fanfic stream that I'm doing? Cool. Okay, so I think that's it. Eridanis does have a statement they would like me to read, but now they are set up. They're beginning to seize Yakia. Give us your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. The wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless tempest tossed to us. We lift our lamp beside the golden door, and we will put them to work. Eridanis, now, forever. I like how they're just like, hey, what's up? We found this recording of this whole Liberty thing, and then we'll just give us your hobos. We'll put them to work. Which, you know, that's what the universe needs. We got a labor crisis. We got to solve it somehow. We're going to go and reclaim the breadbasket. I am excited. I'm excited about this change. For me, personally, as a GM, Yakia is sort of the center of the universe. So it's fun watching things happen on that planet. Like when I did my GM prep, my most recent sort of sit down, my GM prep, I looked at what was on Yakia, right? Tons of UPC assets. Tons of assets. The UPC's presence in the fiction is splintered and fading, but I have lots and lots of stuff that I can do. And I figure each of these units, whether they're demagogues, zealots, seditionists, they're all in my fiction. They're all too small to affect this universe on this level, but I can still play with them. And that's pretty fun. They're all different like aspects of the UPC. They're still sort of lingering because the UPC itself is gone, but the individual components are still floating around. You can imagine now these House Crux saboteurs, you know, they are going to play a bigger role. There's something that the group can interact with. And then we've got Eridanis and House Reticulum now doing their thing. Yeah, right. Massive hiring fair, ID checks, prosperity programs. Yeah. Ooh, I'm excited. It's cool. It's very cool. So yeah, this is how Eridanis gets shit done. They buy things. So speaking of big factions, next up on the list, let's go and find them, are our friends, the church. So coming in again, number two in the turn order, we have the High Church of Messiah as Emperor. So the High Church, they're going to begin as we always do, with checking on secret hidden objects. So they do a scan, as always. Let's go find out where the Panopticon Matrix is. I think it's on Hroa. Yeah, okay. So let's sort by Hroa. And let's see what else might be, if anything, hidden. Wow, Hroa is so busy. Oh, that's right, because there's all this stuff from last time. All right, so nothing to be found on Hroa. No secrets. So that is fine. I'll make a note. Panopticon Matrix finds no hidden enemies. Okay. All right. So there's our Panopticon Matrix. We've done the upkeep and everything for the High Church. So let's check and make sure that math is being managed. High Church, where are you? High Church, yeah, 23. Okay, perfect. Works good. Okay, all right. And they are going to buy. They're going to take the buy asset action. So the High Church is going to purchase an asset. So let's note that, and then I will give them their asset. Okay, Surveyors on Andophiel for 4 credits. So let's create a new asset. High Church. Surveyors on Andophiel. God, I love this spreadsheet. Okay. All right, so High Church creates Surveyors on Andophiel, and that costs them 4 bring them down to 19. And then to complete their turn, sorry, Seraph, I didn't mean to delete all your money. To complete their turn, they're going to move a bunch of shit around. They're activating their transit web on Endophiel between Hroa and Tootham. So here goes a lot of their assets. They're going to move, they're spending credits to bring them down to 18, right? Which is 1 to activate the transit web. And now let's play High Church musical chairs. Okay, so the High Church, the Messiah's Emperor, moves the transit web to Tootham. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Okay, the party machine to Tootham. Not since turn 1 have we seen such action on Tootham. All right, the Panopticon Matrix. Oh, God. Even in the dark, the eye of the church can see. Okay. And then Hostile Takeover going to Tootham. Toot toot. Demagogue and Cyber Ninjas. Okay. Good. All right. So that brings them down to 18. Now, all of those assets going to Tootham, if you will notice, let's see, who else is on Tootham? Let's see here. Tootham, where are you? There we go. Oh, look. A base of influence of the Confederation of the Upright Vagrant. So that means that 6 credits are removed, bringing them down to 12, and granted to the Confederation of the Upright Vagrant. All right, they pay their pirate tax, 6 faction credits, and that's that for that one. And they're gonna move. They're doing another Endophiel move. So let's place that. Pay 6 fat creds to pirates. Okay. And then they're going to move their transit web between Endophiel and Liorgioli. Some of the planets in this system. Liorgioli, which sounds like someone's weird Italian uncle. And they're going to, I guess Greek, maybe. They're going to send, between Endophiel and they're going to send their surveyors to Uncle Georgie's house. So let's take a look here. Surveyors from Endophiel to Liorgioli in the Ephus system. Okay, and then one last set of moves. Because the church almost always has the longest docket. Hostile Takeover to Endophiel and Book of Secrets to Endophiel from Nevet. Okay, so that cost them 1 more. Bringing them down to 11, or rather bring them down to 10. There we go. And they're going to move Hostile Takeover and Book of Secrets. Okay, from Nevet. So I should resort by. Here we go. Okay. All right. High Church from Nevet. Here we go. Book of Secrets to Endophiel. And and Hustle Takeover to Endophiel as well. Okay, great. Moved and done. Thank you, High Church. Let me just double check. If Turbo sent me over a statement to make. Let me make sure here. Let's see. Doesn't look like it. I don't know if you've all seen this or not, but I'll dig up an old one later. But the High Church sends me these like amazing HTML versions of their orders. That it's something special. They send me these like it's all CSS and HTML with like hovers and like a copy the pastable version for my own spreadsheet. They've got a separate website for the book of. It's great. It's really, really great, and I super appreciate it. They're very cool. I love looking at them. Thank you, High Church. Yeah, cool. All right, so that means we can move on to number 3. So third up on our list today, we've got 16 factions now. Third up on the list, Palax says show the current one. I'll show him next time. I'll post one in the inventory. They're really in the announcements channel. They're really good though. Y'all do a fantastic job. Okay, so Seraph. Seraph is third. And Seraph, number 3. Seraph is taking the buy asset action. So nice and simple turn for Seraph. Thank you, Seraph. They're going to buy hardened personnel on Cabina. Hardened coffee salespeople. So hardened, Seraph, hardened personnel. Here we go. Here we go. Nothing personnel, kid. And that's happening on Cabina. Here we go. That's right. These guys take their coffee black. Cool. And that brings them down to 4 faction credits. Seraph, bringing you down to 4. Okay, cool. So Seraph has, I believe, some reading for me to do. The people of Halgar need to light fires from coal to endure the brutal surface temperatures. Its children grow up learning little more than the minimums of survival. Here, they all live on the brink of disaster, knowing each day that fate might conspire to rip what little they have away from them in an instant. Here, nothing will change if nobody cares. I feel like I need, like a Sarah McLachlan song in the background. I feel like this is one of those, like, for only the cost of a coffee a day. Seraph has begun our outreach and support program of humanitarian aid, working with local governments to improve the lives of this planet. We wish to remind everyone that on a cold day, nothing soothes the spirit and body better than a hot beverage near the perpetual fire of the hearth. And this is where you can help. For every cup of Seraph-branded tea or coffee product purchase, we guarantee that life on Halgar improves. By purchasing a yearly subscription of Seraph product, you are also ensuring an entire year of love and care for a Halgar child. Your choice of beverage saves lives. Think charity. Drink Seraph. Ring. Oh my god, it's so good. I love that Seraph, your like rebranding is just so strange and good. Thank you so much. It's a delight getting to see your weird coffee machinations every turn. Yeah, good work. Thank you. Okay, all right. So next up, featuring their very first faction turn as an independent organism, the House of Serpents. The House of Serpents, everybody. Give it up for our snake friends. Taking their very first turn, their very first baby steps on, wait, they have no legs. You know what? It doesn't matter. Their very first slither out of the nest. It's time for House Serpents. So House Serpents, they have an income of 3, which puts them at 28. Good. Okay. All right. They're going to set a new goal. That's not the space for that, Adam. They're setting a new goal, which is Wealth of Worlds. Cool. Okay. I wonder if add notes automatically. Did I do it? Update notes for selection. That's what I wanted. There you go. Ah, yeah. Automated spreadsheet. Boom. Cool. All right. So, we got, Wealth of Worlds. So progress, I'll set it at 0 of, how many do they need? Definitively lost. Faction's wealth rating must increase before they do it again. 4 times their wealth rating, which is currently, 2. Okay, so 4 times that's, so 8. There we go. Snakes have vestigial feet. Well, you can't walk on them. They're not vestigiopods, are they? Get that sexy slither. All right. All right. Spend 8 fact creds on Wealth of Worlds. They did it. Okay. So that brings them down to 20. Let's make a note. Complete goal. Gain XP. They did it. Good work. Wealth of Worlds is quite easy to do when you have a low wealth stat. So they spend 8 on the goal. That's progress. It's complete. The goal is complete, and they get their 2 XP. They have a balance of 20 now, and then they're going to take the rest of their turn. There we go. So the rest of their turn consists of buying an asset. They're going to take the action buy asset. They're buying covert shipping on Heroa. So covert shipping on Heroa is going to cost them 8 creds. There we go. Serpents, there we go. and Roa and covert shipping. Okay, all right. Serpent Road. Okay, cool. Good. They have another thing that's been noted on here, but oh, that's so cool. Look, the assets have their own, they have their own tags. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna run the thing. Update notes for selection. It's gotta run the script. Yes. Oh, it's so hot. Spreadsheet. How dare you? How dare you be so good? What a good update. Okay, so anyway, we got that. They have another note for me, but it will not take place during this turn. A public statement from the Den of Snakes. With the dissolution of the Astral Synedrium, House Serpents has the freedom to allocate resources previously devoted to the function of that noble institution elsewhere. As such, we are proud to announce we'll be offering a new service, the Pythian Advisory Initiative. Previously available only to House Serpents and the Emperor themselves, we are proud to offer PAI to the sector at large. Inquire at your local Serpents embassy. It's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So they're hiring out. If you need advisory snakes. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right. So, good. Fantastic. Next up, playing this time around playing the villain in my little drama. We have House Crux coming up at number 4 in the order. The House of Crux. The House of Crux has instructed me at the very beginning of their turn to set their relationship with the PCs as I believe they phrased it, maximum hostility. So let's, oh yeah, they're 5. That's right. We already have a 4. Yeah, coming up at number 5 because we can't have 2 number 4s. There we go. Maximum hostility. They're hostile. It's the most hostile you can be. The hostilist. Okay, great. Thank you, House Crux. They should start with a balance of 18, which they do. They are going to expand influence as their action. And they are expanding their influence on Imperial Prime. They're going to expand their influence on the homeworld of humanity. They are building a base of influence on Imperial Prime. So that's going to cost them 1. And they are going to have a 1 HP base of influence. The House of Fornax does not contest. And so, House Crux, base of influence with 1 HP on Imperial Prime. Cool. All right, so I cost them 1. Bring them down to 17. Cool, good. Now they're gonna spend another 5 on something. So let me just. I'm sorry, House Crux. I'm sorry that I only rolled a 2 on whatever it is I was just rolling for. It is cursed, right? All right, House Crux. You get your base, but yeah, 2 is a bad shape. 2 is a bad shape. Cool. Let me double check for Crux. I don't have written down here. I don't have any statement, but let me make sure that I don't have one from you. Let's take a quick look here, Crux. Cool. Yeah, no statement from the House of Crux. All right. Thank you. Yeah, they're just anti-inflation rolls. You can't actually get anything. You just spend money for nothing. Money for nothing. And that's how it goes. No, there is actually a purpose for these rolls, though they're secret. All right. So up next in the order is the Confederation of the Upright Vagrant. So Vagrant, let's see what you're going to get up to this turn, Vagrant. Vagrant Vagrant left me a note that says, we expect at least 6 faction credits from the pirate tag. You expected correctly. So they're going to spend their experience points at the beginning of their turn because they have 6. They're going to spend them to raise their wealth. Look at that. They're going to raise their wealth up to 4. Awesome. All right. Now let me just check. Okay, good. That doesn't change the amount of money they have, but their max HP goes up. Okay, so the Vagrant go up to 4. They spend their experience. So I'll make a note of that on the sheet. They're going to also set a new goal, and then they're going to buy an asset. So let's... Here we go. There we go. Oh, yeah, Crux gets... Crux... No, because Crux... Their seizure... Was it at 2 before, and now it's at 3? Did they finish their goal? Yeah, they did, right? It was at 2 when we started. I couldn't remember if it was 1 and then it went up to 2. Oh no, it's expand influence. It's not Gleipnir. Yeah, I got Gleipnir already. That's why I was confused. It was at 1, that went to 2, but they did expand their influence, so they get the XP for that. Yeah, there we go. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Goal squad? I guess I don't, whatever. Proofreaders. Okay. So, yes, also congratulations. Hold on, we gotta celebrate. House Crux has an experience point. Congratulations, House Crux, you did it. You earned yourself an experience point. I'm very proud of you, my purple babies. You sexy bears, you did it. And now I can never accidentally think I might have deleted your experience. Good work, team. Anyway. Moving on. And honestly, like, I mean that in all honesty. They got an experience point. I'm not even joking. I'm proud of you. Okay. I know it might sound like I'm being ironic, but that's just the way I sound. Okay. So let's set the Confederation of the Upright Vagrant. They are taking Planetary Seizure as their new goal. Oh my God, I'm just so excited about this. Update notes. It's so cool. Okay, so Planetary Seizure. This is where they finish the Seizure of Aldost, but we're going to get to that. So they're going to buy pre-tech logistics on Sean. And then let's see here. And then they're going to complete their goal. Okay, so pre-tech logistics for 14 FAC creds. There you go. They take all that church money and then they scoop it and send it right back to the homeworld. See, if I was being ironic about their goal, I wouldn't have played the air horns. I would have played the hooray! 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 That was the sound. I recorded that sound live on Yakia at the beginning of the mandate. That was after the announcement of the election. That's what peasants sound like. Yeah. All right. So all this church money gets scooped up by pirates and then funneled back to Sean and spent to create pre-tech logistics. So let's make that for them. Confederation of the Upright Vagrant. They get pre-tech. Listen, I love you peasants. I love all the peasants. You're great. Okay, pre-tech logistics on Sean Shurith. Okay, great. Thanks to the Confederation of the Upright Vagrant, we have a statement. The Confederation of the Upright Vagrant congratulates House Pixis on its election to the Imperial throne. As a token of our esteem, the Wolves of the Emperor present to the apprentice a gift from Aldost. The Confederation has uncovered an ancient ship of House Vela lost long ago to the Vitrine Devil Lock. It was sent to Aldost on an unknown mission before the Wail of the Scream shook the Empire to its foundation. It is a testament to the spirit of exploration lost in the traitorous House Vela, but kept alive in House Pixis. We know little of the path that took it there and have only uncovered its name. We present to our new Emperor, the HVS to seek answers is to hone the dull blade. May its secrets guide you as you guide the Empire and us all. That's fucking sick. That's sick. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Yeah. I love it. Cool. We present you a lost ship given to the Emperor. So the Emperor, you can work it into your lore. Somebody make a page for the HVS to seek answers is to hone the dull blade. And we can detail some of that action. I would also like to thank the Confederation of the Upright Vagrant for not asking me to dab this turn. Because you wouldn't have got it anyway. All right. Moving right along, we got, speaking of their Royal Highnessness, next up, also taking their very first little baby steps as their own, they're not going to be babies for long, the House of Pixis, their first steps as the Imperial House, they are number 7, number 7 again. We have a lot of, like, people acting on the same turn as before, hey? All right. Number 7, we have House Pixis. Big Pixis. So at the end of your turn, or at the end of the faction turn, House Pixis, you're gonna get some stuff. we're gonna talk all about unlocking the Imperial Vault, House Pixis. So let's begin their turn. They're going to begin a seize planet action. They're going to seize their planet. They're going to seize Urgus. Steve Urgus. So, let's take a quick look here. There's nobody on Urgus, but we can add Pixis to the list of houses. Okay, you know what? Here, I'm gonna just change this so I'm using the same red for all of these, because if you notice, I pretty much changed all of them. There you go. Okay, so House Pixis, they've joined the team. Seizure, Urgus, 1 of 3. There we go. And they're gonna seize Urgus as their action, and I think that's it. I think that's all our unorthodox pilots are doing this turn. Yes, yeah, Prism has a base on Urgus, but they are not contesting. If we look at Urgus real quick. Oh, did Vagrants finish seizing Aldost this turn? Did I advance the Aldost seizure or no? That's a good question, Salomis. Did anybody notice? Can I look at like the show edit history? Look at that. I didn't edit it. Oh my God. Oh my God. That is the greatest shit of all time. The right click. Oh my God. Thank you, Google. Thank you for letting me do that. Holy Christ. Okay. All right. So Seizure of Aldost, I got to go back and fix that. That has made this so much less like nerve wracking for me. Holy crap. Okay. So they completed the seizure of Aldost. They get their experience point, and they are now the Confederation of the Upright Vagrant. They are now the planetary government of that planet. They own it. It is a Confederate planet. So now there's two planets, right? Cool. Okay. Good. Thank you for pointing me at that. Okay. So anyway, seize Urgus. I have, for obvious reasons to any like North American viewer, I have really tried to not refer to Vagrant as, like, I don't like using Confederate or Confederacy. They're a confederation. So it is a Vagrant planet. I'm just going to continue trying to do that. I will occasionally, the House of Wolves. Yeah, what do they call themselves? The Wolves of the Emperor? So anyway, so Emperor Pixis, they have seized their planet, and the wolves in the throne room, exactly. And they have a statement. They have actually quite a long statement, but I'm letting them have this long statement because, they're in charge of space now. So get ready for House Pixis. House Pixis, at its core, are a disparate people. Each member treads a unique path throughout their life, developing new memories and beliefs as they walk their chosen road, and we've always embraced that individuality as something beautiful. However, among all of our varied siblings and children, there is one thing we've always known to be true. No matter which direction the compass points, north, south, east, or west, one can feel lost on their way. And when such an event occurs, one must not be disheartened, for there is a force that shall always steer the needle true. The center, the compass rose. House Pixis is proud to devote itself toward bringing prosperity to every inch of Imperial lands, and to endeavor ourselves to bring our message of hope to every heart within them. Today is an historic day, for today, where we have found unity, direction, and guidance, so too shall the Empire and all God's creations within it. Today is a momentous day, for all the lost, the misguided, the abandoned can now turn their head towards the throne and know that they shall be led back to their path, wherever it may be. That they shall always have a hand to guide them, an ear to hear their troubles and their tales, and an eye to watch over them as they travel far from home. Today is a glorious day, for your new Emperor is with you, the Eternal Rose, Emperor Pixis Solanum Rona, beacon of hope, warden of hearts, salvation of the lost and defender of home, shall shepherd Acheron Row into a new wondrous era. May the compass guide you until another star. I got chills. I got fucking chills. Damn, Pixis. So I've gotten to see some early sketches of the royal portrait. I can't wait to get to show you Emperor Solanum. It's pretty. The portrait's pretty damn cool. Yeah. So that's our lady. She's taking Emperor as her title, not Empress. I think her pronouns, but I'll check. There's gonna be a page, I'm sure. So yeah, cool. Welcome to the throne. I hope that your reign, may it be long and prosperous. That was a pretty kick-ass monologue, I agree. Okay, cool. So Pixis, we'll come back to you at the end to finish out your promised turn. House Triangulum, come on down. Come on down, House Triangulum. It is your turn in the order. So, House Triangulum, I don't know, like, if I were a member of the people of Acheron Row, if I were an average person in Acheron Row, I'm not sure what I would think of House Triangulum. I mean, they have all of this great science, and, like, they have this mission so that the universe could, you know, have more great science. They want everyone to get science. But, like, there's something shady about these folks. There's something that would make me nervous about them, you know? Yeah, like, to what cost, Triangulum? I love it. You're great. We've talked a bunch of times about House Triangulum feeling a bit like the technocracy in Mage, and I think they're doing a really good job walking that line between, like, look at what wonders we have for you, but also, like, don't look behind the curtain where we're doing our secret experiments. It's pretty cool. They have a really neat internal, like, structure. Yeah. I like them. You're doing good work. Everybody's doing such cool stuff. I'm just, like, constantly in awe. So let's see here. What are you doing? What are you doing today, House Triangulo? You're going to start with a balance of 16. That is correct. Okay. You're going to set your new goal as expand influence. Good. Okay. Cool. There you go. Do you see that? It auto updated. Ugh. Spreadsheet. Cool. All right. And then you are going to spend 5 credits on something. I don't know what it is. I'm sure I have no idea. Let's make a note. All right, so here we go. Paste that in there, set your new goal, spend 5 credits. I'm going to roll a d10 plus 5 for no related reason whatsoever. Oh no! For fuck's sake. Okay, well, it's fine. Okay, good. And then we're gonna spend some money, and we're gonna move some shit around. So 3 things are happening. The first thing is 1 HP base of influence on Lovelace. So Triangulum, 1 HP BOI Base of, nope, triangulum. There we go. Base of influence on Lovelace. There we go. God, I'm so sorry, Triangulum. You've been working so hard on this, and I keep just fucking flubbing the roll for you. Okay, and then boop, there you go. And then that costs you 1, bringing you down to 10. There we go. And so for people who are asking, this is another one of those turns with Lovelace where, there we go, where I was like, so, Eridanus, Triangulum, High Church, there's a bunch of people on here already, but nobody has anything they can contest with. So I asked as a formality, would you like to interfere? Unsurprisingly, everyone said, no, we would not. So House Triangulum builds a base of influence there. Now they're also going to, what's the opposite of expand? Retract, withdraw, contract. They're going to contract. Yeah. Eridanus could have, but they chose not to contest. Consolidate influence. I like consolidate. That feels good. They're consolidating their influence on Honglu. So let's go find Honglu. I'm gonna just search for it. There we go. So they have 2 bases of influence on Honglu. One on Honglu, one on Echo. This is the Honglu one. This is being reduced down to 10 HP. So they are, zoop, they're deflating their influence. Can they have multiple boys on the same planet? No, they don't have. They didn't have one before. Yeah. So yeah, this is the way to like protect themselves, right? Like having a 29 HP base on one planet, yeah, is dangerous business. So let me look. This shouldn't affect their HP, but if it did, I can change it manually. House Triangulum. Yeah. What was your? Let me look. This edit was copied from the original. I wonder, yeah, I don't. House Triangulum, yeah, like this would have, what should it be right now? Because it shouldn't go down with the reduction. It's the sum of experience cost of the highest levels of your stats. Oh Christ, yeah. Okay, let me take a, because I don't have the math on this right now. But your chances of you losing any of your HP is, yeah, if you want to grab it for me, that'd be great. This game is nuts. Yeah, it kind of is. You do that. I'm going to check and see if House Triangulum has a statement. I don't think that they do. Nope. No turn announcement this turn. Okay. Cool. All right. So they have an amount of XP, but I'm going to make a note here. Actual total Okay, there you go. So I just made a note to, I'll check this later. Okay. Cool. All right, Triangulum. Thank you. I will get that sorted out for you. Once we have the proper title, I'll leave that to Triangulum. You're not, I can tell you're not getting attacked this turn, so that'll be fine to fix. Okay. All right. So next up is the Prism Network. So Prism Network, they are setting their new goal to Peaceable Kingdom. So Peaceable Kingdom is currently at 1 of what, 4? Yep, there you go. Triangles. Oh, they expanded their influence. That's right. So it goes up to 4. There we go. Perfect. Thank you. Thanks, Dexta. And then they're going to, Prism is going to buy an asset. So let's make a note. All right, Prism Network. You are number 9. Number 9 in the order. Here goes. Okay. So on Echo, first they're going to activate covert shipping to move lawyers from Ergus to Thorhill. Okay. So that costs 1 for Prism. And Prism Network, lawyers. Prism Network. There we go. Lawyers from Ergus to Thorhill in the Efus system. It's blowing up in Efus today. So Thorhill, and then they're going to build a party machine on Echo. So Prism Network, party machine on Echo, and that costs 8, bringing you down to 10. Triangulum's hit point total. Oh, it should be 33. Okay, yeah, 4 plus 16 plus 9 plus 4. Right, but then did anything change as a result of the, like, did I fuck with the HP because of the minor houses split thing? Okay, so let me make a note. Math says 33, check on house rules, minor house adoption. Just to double check, because I think it's still based on their stats, but thank you, Umbra, for checking in on that for me. Cool, all right, and then they get Peaceable Kingdom, 1 of 4. And I will just really quickly double check in for an announcement. Nope. Perfect. Okay, great. Thank you, Prism. Yeah, and it bumped up to 33 when they got Wealth 7. Umbra, you're the best. Cool. Okay. Great. Set and done. All right. So next up, oh, is it Cunning 7? But yeah, same. Okay. So next up is the Democratic Mandate. I was about to say, this is the dark horse of the faction turn. And then I realized that was a stupid pun. You know what? That's okay. Can we get a horse in the chat for the Democratic Mandate? So, good. All right. So, they're enacting the Congratulating Our Righteous Emperor Act of 3201 with the Diplomatic Outreach Amendment. And they are going to activate, they're going to use asset ability is their turn. Okay, use asset ability. So they're going to activate the post-tech industry on EOS. Okay, so let's sort this. I'm going to give that pun a nay. Fair, totally fair. All right, so post-tech industry, roll a d6. Oh my God, these notes. Ugh, so excited. Spreadsheet. All right, roll a d6. We got a 1. Oh God. All right, post-tech industry. On a 1 fat cred is lost. Oh, sorry. You have 4. You have 4 assets now. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, there you go. So you got your 1. In fact, I'm sorry. And then you're gonna move the surveyors from EOS to Yanaratso. Surveyors from EOS to Yanaratso. Okay, and then you're gonna move the let's see. You start at 5, it goes down to 4. And then it costs you 1 more, right? Is Covert Transit Net per target or is it total? Let me do the other move. And then you're moving the Demagogue from EOS to Man. Right, it's free, right? Yeah. Okay. So you have 4. Yeah, perfect. Okay, good. Okay, cool. If someone joins the Democratic Mandate covertly, is it referred to as sliding into the DM? I mean, sure. Slide into the DMs. Okay. Does the Democratic Mandate have a statement? Nay. All right. I'm sorry. You did it to yourselves. I didn't invent this horse thing. I don't actually know how that happened. Let me double check. I don't have one in the order, so it might have gotten added after the fact. Let me check. Honestly, like, this does happen every once in a while. I'm gonna need you to submit your statements. Here we go. The long version of this. Okay, good. Oh, I see. So Yoshkin sent me 2 and then edited and added a new one. Okay, so they gave me a short one for the stream, and then we have a longer one after the fact. Okay, so thank you, Yoshkin. Sorry, I almost missed it. This is why I ask. We are all fallible. We have failed and we have been failed. If you want to be better, if you want to reclaim the virtue we have discarded, come to EOS. See the future we can build together. We can heal. We can be healed. We are not beyond saving. Hope is still on the horizon. Nicely co-branded with the Pixis Emperor, right? Because it's the Hope. This is a nicely done. Very nicely done. All right. Cool. Moving right along. House Aquila. So House Aquila, number 11. So Aquila, they are also changing their relationship with the PCs to hostile, which makes sense. Yep. Okay, good. They're going to take the use asset action, but not before first they set a new goal. So Aquila, they are taking Wealth of Worlds. Not Wealth of Words. And I'm just going to end up probably deleting this, but that's fine. Wealth of Worlds is 0.8. Okay. Now they're going to take the action use asset. Okay. New goal. Wealth of Worlds. Action. Use asset. I quite like the font that was chosen for this. Nunito. It's quite nice. It's quite a nice little serif or sans serif. I like it. Okay. So first of all, spend 8 creds on Wealth of Worlds. Completing it for 1 XP. Easy enough. So Wealth of Worlds is complete. Wealth of Worlds is complete. Difficulty is 2. There you go. Okay. Congratulations. And then they are going to use asset ability of Surveyors on Dio Mikado. So let's take a look at their Surveyors and see what Surveyors get up to. House Aquila, where are you? There you are. Okay, so Surveyors allows an additional die to be rolled on Expend Influence. As an action that can be moved to any world within 2 hexes. So that's what they're doing. They're moving, and they're going to move themselves to Aomori. Okay, Aquilan Surveyors move to Aomori. There we go. Good. All right. Now let me, again, I'll do a quick check. House Aquila, do you have a statement for me? I don't have one in my orders, which is why I'm checking. Let's see here. I don't think we have one for Aquila. Cool. All right. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Cool. Awesome. And Triangulum, thank you for getting back to me and letting me know about your, and this is actually 2 XP. There we go. Letting me know about your hit points. So those are good. Yeah, WoW is difficulty 2. Sorry, I don't know why I have 1 here. I just assumed that it was 1, but it's not. Okay. All right. So next up in both the order on here and on here, we have House Fornax. The Noble House of Fornax, and they are going to use asset ability. All right, and Fornax, I believe, is taking a bit of a gamble on this turn. So let's see if their gamble pays off. So first of all, covert shipping on Maya to move Hitmen from Maya to Aomori for 1 faction credit. Okay, so Fornax. Oh, I can clear this goal now. This is resolved. Okay, so Fornax, here we go. 7 down to 6. We're going to move your House Fornax Hitmen, crudely equipped thugs and assassins. So they're going to Aomori. Goons. Hired goons. Okay, and then they're going to move, activate Beachhead Landers, who I always think of as an old lady, to move 2 covert shipping and the Beachhead Landers from Maya to Dio. Okay, so Beachhead Landers, she's moving to Dio Mikado. And then we're also moving 2 covert shipping to Dio Mikado. Okay. So that's 2 covert shipping and the Beachhead Landers for a cost of 3 total, which brings them now down to 3. They're going to activate 3 commodities brokers. Why do I think of Beachhead Landers as an old lady? Because of Ann Landers. Because I just assume she's like Ann Landers is like great descendant. So commodities brokers, this is the Fornax. This is Fornax's shit right here. As an action, the owner of the commodities broker can roll a D8. That many fact creds are subtracted. So subtracting 3D8, we're building a commodities broker pool here. So roll 3D8. They get a discount of, hot damn, up to 22 faction credits. Okay, so their next roll is 3 commodities brokers. Rolled a 22. Yeah, those are good shapes. Okay, they rolled a 22, which means they are going to activate the pre-tech logistics on Maya to buy zealots, which normally would cost... How much does zealots normally cost? I think 9. Anyway, they rolled enough to get the discount, right? Oh, they cost, I think they cost either 9 or 18. Let me look. Do I have that on the spreadsheet somewhere, or do I have to actually open the book? They get it anyway, but let me go ahead and add them. House Fornax. Zealots. 6 base, 9 modded, right, down to 3. Right, because they go, it's more expensive because they're buying it as a special turn thing, but it's cut down to, that's right, that's how that math works. Okay, all right. So it costs them 3 fat credits, and it's on Maya. Okay. All right, House Fornax, it costs you 3 credits, bringing you to a balance of 0. Perfect. Good, okay, thank you, House Fornax. Enjoy your gamble paying off. Okay. All right. So everybody's saddest cousins, it's House Lyra. Lucky 13, the House of Lyra. I heard House Lyra that it was one of your members' birthday not too long ago, and that no one showed up. But that's what you get for living on a Crux ship. They just don't appreciate cake like you wish they would. Okay. So they are going to set a new goal. Planetary seizure. Which is, yep, okay. Planetary seizure, all right. Their seizure of Yanaratso increases to 2 of 3. Okay. Planetary seizure. Yanaratso, 2 of 3. And then they are going to action. Oop. Their action is going to be buy assets. Okay. They're going to buy a party machine on Orpheus. And then they're going to also move their smugglers to Hyra. All right. All right. So a party machine on Orpheus. House Lyra. Party machine on Orpheus. There we go. And then smugglers. House Lyra smugglers. From Yanaratso to Hyra. Okay. Cool. Good. And then they should have 17 faction credits at the end of the turn. Right, from all that spending. There we go. Okay, cool. So that continues. House Lyra, of course, has a little poem for you. House Lyra knows death. We know decay. We know endings. We see withering. We see decay. We see ash. We see the span of all. We see the end of all. But in knowing the end, we also know the beginning. We see joy. We see life. We see whimsy. We see light, we see warmth, we see a spark, the spark of change, the spark of rebirth, the spark of hope. House Lyra extends its heartfelt and most sincere congratulations to House Pixis on their ascension. May you brave and conquer the void as we tend to the here and after. Oh, that's nice. I like that. That's good. Because, yeah, like, you know, you gotta recognize that, like, everybody dies and things are sad so that you can be like, yeah, but sometimes they're great. Very nice. Thank you, House Lyra. All right. Coming up on the end, we got three more to do. Next in the order, coming in at number 14, is House Reticulum. House Reticulum, who also, I believe, has a base of influence on Yakia. So definitely looking to rope in that House Reticulum base of influence into the ongoing narrative of the game, right? Because there's three noble houses on Yakia right now. There's Crux, Reticulum, and Eridanis. So yeah, I think it'll be cool. Is it a party machine? Oh, nice. Even better. So Reticulum, I may come to you and ask you some questions about what you envision that party machine to be like. But for now, they're going to take, this is a nice simple turn, action, buy asset, and buy assert, and they're going to buy a party machine, speaking of which, on Aomori. Okay. It's badass. Okay, so Aomori, party machine. House Reticulum. There we go. Another party machine on Aomori. Beautiful. Okay, and that costs you 8 faction credits, bringing you down to 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Boom. Good. Good. Okay, cool. Alrighty. Good. Okay. Next up in the order is the Deathless. Nope. Trillian. I was like, is it Deathless? Is it Trillian? Nope. It's Deathless. Okay. So, Trillian Ring, you are going to get a bunch of credits, which I believe you already have. Let me reorder this so that you are in the correct place. There it is. Okay, Trillian Ring coming in at number 15. New goal, expand influence. So Trillian Ring. Your seizure of Halve continues. And expand influence gets added. Here we go. Okay. And you're going to expand your influence on Halve. So let's make a note here. So, new goal, expand influence, action, expand influence, Bad Company from the album Bad Company. And you're going to build 1 HP base of influence. I'm getting sick saying that word on Halve. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, Trillian. Nope, not Trilly. Use their full name, spreadsheet. Base of influence, 1 and 1 on Halve in the Unan system. Unan. Giving you 1 experience point, completing your goal. 1 XP, and a final credit count of 18. Yeah, there it is. All right, so 11 XP. Halve is seized. I bet you anything you're going to take Seize Planet next turn, aren't you? Aren't you? All right. Okay, cool. So they have a statement. Trillian Ring has a statement for us before we move on to our final faction. So here we go. The Trilliant Ring is proud to present the grand opening of its new trade hub on Nivette. What was once a cacophony on Berkman 3 now sings harmoniously in a trillionth chorus. With the help of the 1,000 Hands and the High Church, the wealth, workers, and wisdom of the Expanse can flow freely into the Empire. We welcome one and all into this new gateway of prosperity and hope. Welcome to the Trillionth Expanse. So, this is the thing, like Berkman 3, not only did it get rebranded, but Nivette is now a trade hub and not an anarchist planet. The Trilliant Ring, they have, like, they've used their special action, their proto goal, to help me playtest the goal system, and they've installed a corporatocracy, theo-capitalism, whatever it looks like. It's now a trade hub and not a planet, not Planet Anarchy. So if we were to go there, we would see a distinct change in its fiction from the dusty cowboy backwater to the bustling golden planet. They've been putting work in changing the tags, which is pretty cool. Great. All right. So thank you, Trilliant Ring, for your statement. Last but not least. What's that? I'm floating. What's happening? Oh God. My shadow's moving around. Last but not least, we have our mercenary friends, the Deathless, coming in at number 16. Number 16, it's the Deathless. So, Deathless Mercenary Company, let's see what we got for you. So this turn for the Deathless, first of all, they're spending some XP at the beginning of their turn. So they have 6 of it to go from Cunning 3 to Cunning 4. There you go, Cunning 4, very nice. Good, so that brings your HP up to 31, nice. Let me make a note of that. Spend XP to raise Cunning to 4. And then, action, they're going to use asset ability. And they're going to do a bunch of shit. Boop, boop, boop. All right, here we go. Here is the activating. So they're going to activate Pre-Tech Logistics on Demnoff to buy hardened personnel. So, Deathless, hardened personnel on Demnoff, and that costs them 6, right? 51, cost 6 faction credits. So, 50, 49, 48, 47, 46, 45. There you go. Okay. Then they're going to activate their faction tag to move the monopoly on Andophiel to Heroa. Okay. That's cool. So let's get Deathless here. Here we go. The monopoly on Andophiel to Heroa. Boop. Okay. Go visit their friends. Activate the shipping combine on Navette to move itself to Heroa. Is that to move to Heroa? Yeah. Okay. Shipping combine. As an action, any number of non-force assets, including itself. Okay. Oh, I see. So it's like maybe a bunch of stuff. So, okay. So that moves Navette to move to Heroa. Here we go. And then Extended Theater on Lovelace to move PTI on Thorg to Andophiel. Okay. So Thorg to Andophiel. And then activate the Post-Tech Industries on Chippy and Andophiel. So 2d6. Let's find out how that works. Okay. A 5 and a 2. So I think that's 1 fact cred. Uh, 5 and 2, which results in 5 and 6 returns 2 fact creds. Yeah, so it's actually 2. Okay. 2 and 1. So 3 total. All right, 5 and 2, resulting in 3 fat creds. You might not be able to see this. This might be underneath me. Resulting in 3 fat creds. Let's go give that to them and then take away the stuff that they normally have. So they would normally be, let's see, they started at, okay, they started at 51. They spent 6 for the Pre-Tech Logistics. They spent another 1 for their shipping combine. They spent another 1 for Extended Theater. Then they gain 3. Then they're going to spend 3 on something secret. Okay. And then let me roll that. Okay. All right. Yes, you did the thing. You succeeded at the secret thing. And success. So we'll talk about the secret thing, Deathless. You didn't even need your friend's help. So you succeeded at your secret thing, and we will talk about it. We'll talk about it after the faction turn. reach out to me. We'll get it done. So, Deathless Conflict Solutions presents DEFCON on the Move. Come and watch our professionals give keynotes on the history and success of the premier private security firm in Acheron Row. Want to see our equipment? We've got rides. Want to bring your kids? Bring them. Let them enjoy the cool, refreshing tastes of vodka Kids. Registered trademark. For scheduling and where to find us next, please contact your Deathless Outreach office today. Fees vary depending on location. Offer void in Alaska and Hawaii. Yo, welcome to DEFCON. I'd go to DEFCON. I was there at DEFCON 4. Cool. Yo, you guys got any of those like you got any of those like guild speakers at DEFCON? I'd go to see that. Everybody got turned into a frog. All right. That is the thing, my friends. That is our turn order. Congratulations to everybody involved. Let me just make sure I took away your credits here. Yeah, I did. Okay. Yeah, thank you everybody for attending and for doing the thing. Now I've got some stuff. I have some announcements to make, and I have some changes that I need to make to the order of the spreadsheet. So let me get my rules and rulings document. Give me a second here, everybody. A little role play. Got a little Far Verona. Rules and rulings. All right, let's begin with Imperial Ascension. So let me read for you what happens. So they have officially now taken the throne. House Pixis is officially like crown on head, butt in chair, the Emperor. So upon ascension to the Imperial throne, the Imperial House will receive, I feel like I'm on a game show. Come on down. Behind door number 1, it's 75 experience points. All right, so House Pixis, you now have 76 experience. Let me know how you want to spend it next turn. So 76 experience points. You have to spend the entirety of that XP at the beginning of your next turn. You have to spend it all. So it is a massive and sudden increase in your stats. Let me know how you want to spend it as part of your turn order next time. You also gain, stationed on Imperial Prime, the 6 Imperial assets from the vault. So let me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me place these. These are all the belongings, and then we'll talk about their special rules. Okay. All right. So, House Pixis, and I'm going to just reorder these so I can make sure y'all see them. House Pixis, you get the 6 Imperial assets, given over to you. You now have access to the Imperial Capital Fleet, the fleet of the Emperor. You have access to a cadre of Imperial Space Marines. You are given the Emperor's personal psychic assassins. You get what's left in the vault. You have a commodities broker, the Imperial Economy System. And finally, the Imperial Book of Secrets. The Imperial Book of Secrets. So, all of these things, they belong to House Pixis, and they are given orders by House Pixis, but they are special assets. So I'm going to mark them. What's a good color? Let's mark them in Imperial Purple. So these are special assets. They'll be purple on the sheet to let us know that they are from the vault. So we'll start there with these Imperial Purple. And hold on, let me be consistent in case I wasn't. There we go. The lightest purple. Purple in the sheets, eggplant in the streets. I think you got that backwards. So that's first. Okay, so they get all of those stationed on Imperial Prime. They get a base of influence on Imperial Prime, which represents both a gift and a burden. So House Pixis, Imperial Prime, they get a base of influence. Okay, and that's on Imperial Prime. And the hit points of the base of influence is to be determined at the beginning of the next turn, representing the Imperial Palace with HP equal to half their total HP after adjustments. Now, this base of influence does not technically exist until after Pixis takes their turn because it has no hit points yet. It's being christened or whatever, right? So they haven't officially taken this base of influence until after their turn, which means it is not vulnerable to attack, can't be messed with. Pixis cannot, I guess they can use it to build stuff because it will exist at the beginning of their next turn. I'm just putting it on the board right now. It is a special base of influence, so I'm gonna make a point of it being purple there. Now, Pixis, you can tell me if this represents a new Imperial Palace that you have built, which, you know, that's one thing, or whether you're occupying the existing Imperial Palace. People will expect that you customize it and build your own wing. There's never been a Pixis wing, but we'll talk about what that looks like in the lore. They also gain access to, and this is purely lore, they also gain access to the Imperial Vault, a system of virtual intelligence managed historical and informational records reserved for Imperial eyes only. Bum, bum, bum. So I have some secrets. I have some stuff that you can do searches on. And I think the way I want to do this is like once per turn, you can do like a search of the Imperial Vault. So you can give me a topic or a question, and I will, if it's an easy question, I'll let you know. I'll just tell you in secret. And if it is a hard to find question, I might make you roll for it. But it contains a bunch of like secret stuff about House Cygnus, secret stuff about the universe, etc. So you can ask me, like, we'll work it out together, but you can let me know what you're curious about. So you have access to the vault. You also, of course, gain the love and adoration of all those who serve you. Right? Right. Cool. All right. So let's talk about these Imperial assets. Let's talk about them. All right. So the lore for each of these things we'll determine as we go, but Imperial assets belong to the throne, and as such will be marked to stand out on the spreadsheet. These assets are, in all other ways, normal assets that belong to House Pixis, save the following. They cannot be reassigned, stolen, refitted, or traded away. None of those things can be done to these assets. The Imperial Prime base of influence can similarly not be intentionally reduced in HP or scrapped. You cannot get rid of it on purpose. If the Imperial Prime base of influence is destroyed or somehow otherwise lost, the Imperial assets, which is all the purple stuff, are locked into asset stasis until such a time that a new base of influence can be built, or the throne is abdicated to a new Imperial house with a base of influence on Prime. The lore of the 6 new assets can certainly show they are under the nominal command of other factions, but their loyalty is to the throne and the house that commands it. So that way you can say, like, the Capital Fleet belongs to House Pixis. It is a House Pixis asset, but it is captained by Captain Fornax so-and-so, right? Yeah. House Pixis may ignore any stat requirements for these assets with regard to ownership and control, but must pay upkeep on all of these assets as normal. I encourage House Pixis to work with the rest of the factions to write lore for these assets, detailing their lineage of service and their special nature. In 100 years, upon abdication to the next house, Pixis will lose 75 experience and control of the assets in question. If House Pixis abdicates or otherwise loses control of the Imperial throne, the Imperial assets are set into asset stasis until a new emperor can be crowned. Now that's 75 experience. That we'll see about if you lore-wise lose control of the throne. I think probably there would be a division of those, but that's not going to happen quickly. But as it stands, yeah, in 1200 faction turns, you will have to give up the throne. But yeah, congratulations, House Pixis. That's the rules, and I'll put all of this stuff. I'll put all of this stuff into the rules document. Let me do that right now. Rules and rulings. Here we go. Imperial Ascension. Let me find it. I'll add it to the rules doc. Thanks for your patience on me getting figured out, and big thanks to my dear friends and allies in the Mechanics Council and the Mechanisms Council for helping me get that squared away. All right, Imperial Ascension. And there we go. All right, Cool. It's in the doc. Perfect. Okay. In other news, the next episode of the show will be taking place in the year 3301. So get ready to elect your new emperor, everybody. Nothing happens for 100 years. The end. So, okay, I do have another announcement to make. And this one's an interesting one. And I've been working with the faction in question to kind of detail this for some time. And it's going to take a little bit of working on, and it's going to take a little bit of discussion. I plan to have a lore stream about it. I've had several meetings so far. The High Church of the Messiah as Emperor, having completed their mission of seeing a new emperor to the throne, will be retiring as a faction. We are going to be retiring the High Church to safety. My main inspiration for this is the Apocalypse World rules, where you can choose when you advance. You can choose to retire your character to safety, which means we are going to be making a list of canonic things that are true about the High Church that will not be able to be changed in the lore. Basically, they're going to work with me to figure out a few things that'll be like, the church is retiring, and as their reward for stepping aside, they are going to make these things true, and they leave the table. You can't change them. They can't be altered. The church becomes like House Cygnus, that if you want to change something, you will have to come to me, and I will be acting as protector of those canonic things. The church becomes a deep-rooted background influence. People simply have a renewed faith. This is an era of faithfulness in the empire, and that cannot be changed. We can't suddenly be like, everyone throws away the church. What happens to their stuff? Well, they have one more turn to complete whatever things they need to do, and at the end of their next turn, all of the High Church assets will become blacked out on the board and will enter the background radiation lore of the universe. I have to say, I'm really, really happy and really, really proud of the conversations that I've had with the High Church about this. They've been really cool, and they've really shown that the reason they're doing this isn't to like win the game, but to step aside to let other factions fill the power block that they have. Our earliest conversations about this were about acknowledging, like, yes, the High Church is huge and powerful. And so what we're doing is stepping aside to allow chaos to continue to foment in the universe. I'm really, really excited about seeing where this goes. I like the idea of getting to add things to the canonic like givens of the universe. And so my hope is to work with them, and then either this month or next month have a faction turn lore sit down, and we'll talk about that stuff. Yeah, that's why I was taking meetings with the church. So for their alliances, if they're the third member of a two-part alliance, those alliances will want to find a third member. I'm still working on the goals system. So all the alliances and stuff, you're safe. Remember, nothing will happen without a month of lead up, right? I'll announce at the end of the turn, and then you'll have a month, and then the thing will take place. So we'll have some further meetings, and we'll talk about that stuff. I'm still hard at work on the goals. It's a complex change to the system. As you can see, I'm doing some beta testing with some of the factions, and it's been fun and interesting, but it's the biggest mechanical change to the game. So we'll keep doing the thing. So that's our faction turn. I'm really excited about where this stuff is going to go. I'm a bit busier than usual at the beginning of August. I have Gen Con that I'm going to be at. I will try to check in once a day during Gen Con. I'm back on the 6th. So after the 6th, I'll be much easier to reach. And what I will try to do is just get that turn order out to you while I'm at Gen Con. But if I can't, please be patient. Everything will be back in business around the 6th. And we'll work all that. We'll work all that out. So yeah, cool. Thanks for coming, everybody. This has been Far Verona faction turn number 14. Can you believe it? We've been at this for 15 months. And speaking of Gen Con, what was it, 2 years ago? 2.5 years or whatever? Like Gen Con 2017, I think I started thinking about this. And we had that conversation for anybody who was there. We had a big conversation about what I wanted to do with the faction turn. And you all have You've done some amazing things, and I'm really excited to go into this new era of hope and change and see what the universe looks like of Far Verona as we move on. So thanks, everybody. That's it. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you again next month for Faction Turn number 14. Bye, everybody.